What's up, this is Nak3d Eli, the mostly unclothed gamer, and welcome to my Halo 3 Zero Shot speedrun of Tsavo Highway. This is a world record speedrun on legendary difficulty with no shots fired and no deaths throughout the entire mission. This is going to be wrapped up pretty quickly. Even though it's a relatively long mission, there's a lot of shortcuts, a lot of skips, and a lot of luck involved in getting through certain parts. And especially without being able to shoot your gun, I had to get really creative towards the end, and you'll see what I do with the AI and what I target, and basically how to end the mission as quickly as possible using these settings. So we're getting in the Warthog, driving through the cave right here. It's pretty dark, can't see anything, but I did this a bajillion times since even though the mission's short, you have to practice it a lot. You will be dying a lot on several of the parts if you're trying to speedrun it. There's just no way to get around the luck factor that plays highly into several key encounters where it's more likely that you'll die than not in some instances. So I hope you like driving the Warthog, because you're going to be doing a lot if you want to practice this, and you'll see that you basically have to get really smooth Warthog driving skills, get them down to a T, and angle yourself properly. Like right there, we passed two beam rifle jackals. You have to make sure you're not facing them at any time, or they will snipe you out of the Warthog, for example. Right there, you go to the right, and the grunts get startled, so they don't really shoot at you or try to stick you. Now right here, this is one of the hardest parts in the entire mission. You have all those tough bullets hitting you from the shade turrets, from the Phantom, and you have to land that jump perfectly and just keep on moving, or else you are toast. And luckily, I still have my gunner. It's not going to make a huge difference, but he did survive, and I did lose a guy in my side seat. Now right here, you could continue on with the same Warthog, but I decided to actually swap out for a brand new hog, and this is going to allow me to have a much higher success rate on the next risky part of this mission, grabbing the gravity lift, which you'll see will come in handy really soon, and gonna drive past the brutes, the choppers, the beam rifle sniper in that tower, the shade turret on my right. Gonna use the Warthog to block that, just walk right in, melee that, and then keep on moving. So I tested out a few strategies with that, you know, going up on the hill, meleeing some enemies, throwing a grenade down, then driving through, and ultimately I just decided, screw it, I'm just going to walk up and punch it and move on with my day. Right there on the left is the skull, if you wanted to go grab that. Remember when you could still find skulls in the Halo 3 campaign. And right here, they want you to get out of the Warthog. There's two ways to pass this. One is just driving straight through and trying to land on that little pipe. And the second is this, which has a much higher success rate, the gravity lift. Just walking basically right over it. It'll launch you with your Warthog, and that's how you get the Warthog over onto this next part. So then we're going to drive past every single enemy here, all the snipers, the jetpack brutes, a huge battle that you could spend probably an hour on Legendary. We're just going to skip straight through all that. Here we have a Wraith, several choppers. Gonna move on to the left, and there's actually a lot of invisible walls in this area, so you have to learn how to navigate it just perfectly, or else, you know, you'll get taken out by a Wraith blast or a chopper shot. Right there, I could have died there if a Wraith blast was coming at me, hitting that little wall. Gonna drive down here, splatter both of the brutes, and then sometimes there are marines that you'll see right in that corner. I'm looking for a bubble shield, which will greatly improve my chances of beating the end part of this mission. And we're gonna use this fuel rod to take out the shade turret in the last section, as you'll see, not by my hands, but by an artificial intelligence. So here I'm just gonna basically dance around with these choppers, and as soon as my new Warthog comes in, they're going to start tearing these guys to pieces. So you have infinite Warthog teammates in this section, and there's a bunch of choppers that are dropping, 3 Wraiths up on the rooftop. It's just a really difficult section to get past, especially when you're not able to shoot any of your weapons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let these guys take out the first pair of choppers, and then I was going to go and trade my fuel rod with one of these guys, or actually I probably would have killed the guy so that I get a new Warthog, because that one was really beat up. Now right here, I'm going to take the driver's seat and give this guy a fuel rod gun so that I have a fuel rod plus a chain gun to take out any enemies that stand in my way. So I'm gonna try and stay as far away from this chopper as possible so it doesn't destroy me. And then there's a very difficult Warthog driving part right here. We're gonna launch straight up, try and hug the mountain, get the grip, and go straight above this. You have no idea how many times I failed that part just have to redo this entire mission again. And I've gotten to this part several times. It's really kind of crazy because of that brute shot. You never know what's going to happen. Here I try to angle my fuel rod towards that shade turret. You need to take out that shade turret and the wall here at the end to beat the mission. So I get out, pop my little shield, throw a frag at it, and that is the end of the mission. Tsavo Highway Zero Shot completed in just a little over 5 minutes, as you'll see on the timer, 5:05. So I hope you enjoyed the speedrun. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Check out the next speedrun on the left when it is uploaded, or my other video on the right. This is Nak3d Eli. Subscribe for more, and thanks so much for watching.